Hello, good evening. Happy Wednesday. We've changed the date. Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's a little different for us. Normally, we're Monday, 9 Eastern Standard Time, but I'm teaching the NLP course. It's been phenomenal. It's been beautiful. And so here we are. And I appreciate you for being here. I said, well, if I get on and I'm the only one on, I'll just enjoy myself and they'll see it later. But it's good to have some of you here. Today, we're going to talk about authenticity, how to be your true authentic self. Do you show the world who you really are, your authentic self, or do you hide in plain sight? So, being your authentic self is all about embracing who you truly are without trying to conform to external expectations or pretending to be someone that you're not. It's about aligning your actions, thoughts, and behaviors with your core values, passions, and beliefs, being you. And a lot of people are hiding in plain sight. So we're going to talk about that. If this topic interests you, please stay, enjoy. Meanwhile, if you're new here, my name is Karen Marinez. I'm an emotional wellness coach. Very happy to have you here. I help the exhausted woman who struggles to feel comfortable in her own skin, struggles with low self-esteem, and so she overextends herself to please others. I help you to identify and process your emotions so you can find peace, passion, and purpose. I can hear a bring on my computer. If you hear it, it's because people in my class are texting me their challenges as we speak. All right. But I hope it doesn't distract you and you may not even hear it. Okay. So if you're new here, please subscribe, press the subscribe button. I'll give you a moment to do that. That helps the message get out to others. And then you're notified. You're the first to know when I'm going to be on. Okay. Let me say hi to everybody. We have my dear Elvin. We have Carolyn. Hey, Carolyn. Candida. She's awake at 8. Go ahead, Candida. And at me best. Very nice. It's so good to have you here as well. And for the others who are on, but you're chilling on your couch, you're watching me on the big screen. You don't necessarily want to, Gabby, hey, you don't necessarily want to, you know, be on the phone or texting, getting in the chat. It's okay. I'm glad you're here. Okay, but if you get in the chat, it will be nice. All right. And I encourage you to become a member of the family of the channel. Join the inner circle. You'll get all kind of goodies each month. In April, I'm going to do a seminar only for members. So if you join, it's right next to the subscribe button. You join and you pay a monthly fee. You get to see more of Karen. Pretty exciting, I think. All right. And as you're coming in, please say Luce is a member. Hey, Luce, good evening. Very, very nice to have you all here. So let's talk about why we're not authentic, why we hide in plain sight. A lot of times it's the fear of being judged. Hey, Tiff. Okay, Tiff, I was talking about you. I was saying somebody's texting me before the class, but here you are. You're here. Great. So it's the fear of being judged, not measuring up, makes us hide part of ourselves or constantly strive for this ideal perfectionist image of ourselves that is unattainable. It's not attainable. And that's why we get so stressed and so flustered because we're aiming for perfection to keep up this appearance and the perfection doesn't exist, right? So here are a few key aspects about being authentic. One, self-awareness. Okay. Alejandro put the group link chat. If you're not in the group, please join. Okay. And then you can also get more information about what we're up to in the classes and all the stuff. Okay. So to be authentic, you first need to know who you are, right? Understanding your strengths, weaknesses, desires, the things that truly matter to you. Do you know what those things are? It's about having the courage to explore your true feelings and motivations. It's very interesting. Challenge number one, NLP is made up of 30 days, 30 challenges, one challenge each day. The very first challenge is list your skills and your beautiful positive qualities. Some people have a very hard time answering, just starting with that challenge because they don't see any good in them. So then I encourage them, you can ask outside people that know you, that you're close to, that know you well, because a lot of us don't see our worth, our value, what our strengths are. Of course, we all have weaknesses, but we all have strengths as well. right? And desires and goals. What matters to you? What are your passions, your beliefs? What's, excuse me, your core value system? Okay. The next thing, number two, is to explore and embrace vulnerability. Ooh, that word. Some people are like, "Ooh, Karen, now I can't do that." Because authenticity requires vulnerability. And why are we even talking about this topic? I put a poll about a month ago in our WhatsApp chat, and authenticity, well, it was neck and neck with loving communication within the family. But then the next thing was authenticity. Everybody wanted to hear about this. So here it is. I need you to be willing to put the stuff into practice, okay? So number two is embracing vulnerability. You cannot have authenticity without vulnerability. What is vulnerability? It means being honest, again, with yourself and others. It starts with you being honest with you. Have you ever met people, or are you that person that you aren't honest with yourself? And so being honest with yourself and others, even when it feels uncomfortable or risky. It's about expressing your true emotions, whether they're joy, fear, sadness, or excitement. Positive, pleasant, or unpleasant emotions, e- express them. But that requires vulnerability. And for a lot of us, we grew up in a household where it was not acceptable for us to express our emotions. Keep that over there. Who are you? I'll give you something to complain about. That's what we were told. Change your face or go in the room until you could get yourself together. I don't want to see you like that. Emotions were not allowed. And so it's very weak to be vulnerable, to be open about who we really are is very difficult. Number three, hey Debbie, good to have you. Number three is being true to your values. Again, when you live authentically, you make choices based on your values and beliefs instead of trying to please others or live up to some societal standards. And when you live true to yourself, your values, your beliefs, ooh, you live with a sense of fulfillment because you're not living for external approval, but for your own internal sense of right, what you love. It's all about you. That's why if no one came on tonight, I was still going to talk my talk because I enjoy what I talk about. Somebody would listen later. It's going to be recorded and put on YouTube, right? It's being recorded, right? Because I'm fulfilled. This is my passion project. I believe what I'm talking about, and I share that with you. What you see is what you get. My friends say, Karen, because this is who I am all the time. I'm not pretending, and I think you can feel that even through the screen, right? So be true to your values. Number four, this is important. Let go of perfection. Authenticity involves accepting yourself as imperfect, meaning you make mistakes, and realizing it's okay. You don't need to be perfect to be true to yourself. In fact, embracing your own imperfections can make you more relatable and connected to others because we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all have weaknesses. We have our pleasant and unpleasant qualities. So why try to pretend? People can feel that. And if you're the type of person that you're closed up like a clam, and when you're out, you're the clam, you're closed up, but you try to keep up appearances like everything is just so. People feel that, and it's very hard for them. You can't form deep connections with people. Everything remains surface. And some people are very okay with that. No, I prefer surface, but it's because of the fears. Let's go deeper. There's nothing better than having deep connections with others, with vitamin people. It's the best thing ever. And when I can just truly be myself, I can let my hair down. I don't have to keep up appearances for you. And you don't have to do that for me. That's the best relationship ever. There are people that do that within marriages. I'm sleeping next to my husband and he has no idea who I am really, really, really deep inside. Right? Think about it. But let's let go of the perfection. It is unattainable. It is not realistic. right? Number five, here we go again, is self-acceptance. Being authentic means accepting who you are at your core. It's feeling good in your own skin. Ooh, I love that statement. And not trying to fit into molds or labels that other people place on you. It's celebrating your uniqueness and giving yourself permission to be you. This is my favorite part, self-acceptance. What comes from self-acceptance? Then the next level is self-love, because I am who I am and I accept that and I appreciate who I am and I feel good. I feel whole because I have a lot to offer. I celebrate me. There's no other Karen in this world like me. There's no other me. How beautiful. So instead of trying to fit into other people's molds, I'm going to be me. And that took time for me to develop that. But boy, am I glad I did the work to get there. It's nothing. It's a freedom beyond compare. And it's take me or leave me, right? Six, Dr. Just So, hey girlfriend, glad to have you here. Authentic relationships. When you're authentic, it encourages genuine connections with others. People tend to respond positively to authenticity because it fosters trust and openness. If you are who you say you are, and I can feel that, then I can trust you. But if you're hiding behind a mask and I'm like, who are you? I can't see, then I'm going to hold back. But when you are your authentic self, those relationships are built on real shared experiences rather than false fronts. What more can you say? We could close shop right now and we would have said it all. Or Elvin said, please hit the like button. Yes, please. So, yeah, we could stop, but we won't. So it can be really tough to feel like you have parts of you to hide, especially from people who are close to you. Again, there are couples who they don't know who they really are, who each other really is. They fear judgment, rejection, not being accepted for who you truly are. It makes you feel safer to keep things hidden, those secrets. And we've been talking the last 2 weeks, we talked about marriages. Secrets destroy marriage, destroy. They also are not good for friendships. How can you have friendship with a person, intimacy, and you're not sharing who you really are? So it can be difficult, right? But there's a disconnect. You're not fully able to be yourself with your friends and then or your spouse, and that leads to loneliness. Some people are surrounded by people all the time and they suffer from loneliness. So people struggle with revealing their real full selves. Here are some things to help you navigate that fear, because it's a fear. Number one, start small. You don't have to share everything at once, and you should not, because not everyone is a safe person. So you're trying to be authentic, but you have to make sure that the other person is authentic, and what you see is what you're really getting, right? So start with small pieces of yourself, things you feel might be easier to share. See how they respond. I just realized I don't have my mic, but I'm assuming no one has complained that y'all can hear me good. But I'm gonna put it on just in case. Sometimes my computer does strange things with the sound. So it can be empowering though to realize you can open up in stages. As we had a friend who was a missionary in Liberia, and they say small, small, but basically gradually. It helps you test the other person out. Don't go around now. I'm just going to be who and share all my secrets with the world. No, not everyone is a safe place. So we have to realize that. So you share a little bit and you see how they respond. You share something kind of small, insignificant. See how do they respond with compassion, love, interest? Or do they judge you and make fun of you? Well, that's not a vitamin person. Then that's toxic. That's not a person that you want in your right? Intimate space. So you start small. Number two, reflect on the root of your fear. Sometimes understanding where your fear comes from makes it easy to cope for it. Maybe you don't like sharing things because you're afraid of people's reactions or responses. Some people have shared secrets with their parents and when they were children, and then the parent divulges that very private and personal information to the family at the holiday dinner table, right? Or eh, there's so many secrets within the household. There's abuse on different levels, and you're forced to suck it up and go out in the world the next day, and you're told that what goes on in this household, you don't talk to anybody about it. So we're taught to fear sharing with others. So figure out where your fear comes from to share, to be your authentic self. Number three, choose the right time. If you're ready to share more of yourself, think about when and where it might feel the safest and with who. But it might be so instead of being at a party and you sharing some intimate thing with a good friend, when you all are by yourselves in the car heading home, where heart to heart might be that environment might be the right environment to have that personal conversation. And four, gauge your reactions. If you're worried about how your friends might react, pay attention to how they respond, gauge their reactions, how they respond to smaller things that you've shared. So again, small, as the Liberians say, gradually. Are they open, understanding, and supportive? Again, it's on you to observe the person first. Make sure they are a safe space for you. Okay. Number five, remember you deserve acceptance. So a big part of feeling or being authentic is knowing that you deserve to be loved and accepted for who you are, not who others want you to be. True friendships are based on genuine connections, and any friend worth having will respect you for who you truly are. Isn't that beautiful? Realize you don't have to fit into a mold. I think about my different friendships, and I've have several friends that I've been friends with for over 30 years. We are all so different, but the love, the respect, we have different viewpoints, but there's a core belief system that we share, values that we share. We show up for each other. And everyone in that group deserves to be accepted as they are. Come as you are. It's beautiful. And boy, is it genuine and close. We've got each other's back, and it's a beautiful thing. Number six, let go of perfection. Again, we got to talk about the perfection. And we're going to talk about it a little in just a few moments too. It's okay if not everything about you fits someone else's idea of who you should be. And this also happens in marriages. Well, I want you. No, I'm who I am. Now, we always try to be a better version of ourselves, but I have my imperfections. I have my ways. My spouse does too. There's a level of respect to try to fit into this mold that the other person is putting you in. That's very uncomfortable. Your imperfections make you uniquely you. So remember that. Let it go. And number seven, think about freedom and peace. You say freedom and peace. What does that have to do with authenticity? Excuse me. Living authentically often brings a sense of inner peace. Why? Because something is in my eye. You're not constantly trying to hide parts of yourself or to pretend to be something that you're not. I think it's a hair or something in my eye. So the freedom, you don't have to remember. It's like when you lie, when you say one lie, then you have to say other lies to cover that lie. But when you tell the truth, you're just telling the truth. So when you're your true self, you don't have to think much. You just move around. You're who you are. You can relax and be yourself all the time. How beautiful, right? So it brings freedom and peace. So people who struggle with perfectionism are always sit up more when I talk about perfection. I can't see you, but I can tell that you do. So let's talk a little bit about perfectionism. Some ideas that could help you let go of it because it's such a beast. It is so it damages us. It brings us down. We can never attain it. So then we get so hard on ourselves because we can't attain it. But we're striving for something that we can't ever get. How frustrating is that? There are reasons. This all comes back to our caregivers, our parents. But how can you let it go? Here's a few tips. All right. Number one, hey, Gio's here. Hey, Roxy Ebony. Shift your mindset from perfect to good enough. If anybody likes that thought, Put number one in the chat. Shift your mindset from perfect to good enough. Perfectionism can make us feel like we need to do everything flawlessly. But in reality, most things don't need to be perfect. Now, that's a thought. Try to reframe your thinking by focusing on doing your best rather than being perfect. And please teach your children that I'm not expecting perfection, but I want you to do your best, right? The goal is progress, not perfection. I'm getting a lot of number ones. Yeah, it's freeing. So being good enough is far more valuable than trying to be perfect. And can you feel how that just, what a load off, right? What a load off. I hope y'all can't hear all this buzzing going on. My phone is buzzing. I'm going to turn it down. There's all, my computer's buzzing. Marion, yep, it's a lot of number ones. I'm going to say it again. Shift your mindset from perfect to good enough. Just do your best. You don't have to be perfect. And your best today may be different from your best on Saturday. Embrace it. We change. We have different circumstances. We don't sleep good some days. We sleep better. We eat. Embrace it. Be good enough. That's all, rather than trying to be perfect. Number two, embrace mistakes as growth. We view mistakes as failure, right? But they're a natural part of life and learning. A baby doesn't just get up and start walking, right? They crawl, then they stand, they fall all the time. So instead of seeing the mistakes as failures, they're opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Can we change our language? I made a bad mistake. I had an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. When you make a mistake, it's an indication that you're trying. And that's something to be proud of. If you didn't try, you wouldn't make the mistake. And then you're stuck in this comfort zone. Mistakes make you more relatable and authentic. You can share that with someone younger than you. Oh, Marion says she doesn't hear buzzing. Oh, no, it's good. Okay, I'm the only one hearing it good. Yeah. And again, when people see that you're thin, and you could say, girl, I made a cake the other day and it didn't even rise, or whatever the thing, it's growth. And that deepens connections with others. It's so important to have a tribe around us. It is so important on every aspect, but especially emotionally. We're not designed to go through this life by ourselves. And a lot of us, because we're trying to be perfect, and we hide ourselves because we're not perfect, the hiding is real, and we isolate, and or we may have one person that we kind of trust. It's very lonely. And the more people we have around us that are good for us, the more input we have from good people to help us grow. So let people in, but the right people, of course, right? Number three is challenge unrealistic standards. Again, we're talking about that perfectionism. It stems from unrealistic expectations, either set by others, usually by our caregivers, or by society, right? Take a moment to challenge those expectations. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen if I'm not perfect, or if things aren't perfect? What's the worst that could happen? Often, if you think about it, the consequences are not as severe as we imagine. It's all in our head. Release those expectations. Free yourself from that unnecessary pressure. Okay. Nephew is visiting and he's going to the bathroom. I'm just making sure he's not making noise. Okay. Number four, practice self-compassion. It's so easy to be hard on ourselves when we feel like we've fallen short. It's like the world is crumbling. But practicing self-compassion is the key to letting go of perfection. So self-compassion pushes perfectionism away. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend. If you slip up, you don't meet your own expectations, remind yourself, I'm human. It's okay to not be perfect, right? It's okay. I'm dealing with a noisy phone. all this stuff going on, and you guys are still here. You don't care because you appreciate me and you appreciate what we're talking about. You value what I'm saying. I got stuff in my eye, or hair, or something, right? So practice self-compassion. Number five, focus on effort, not outcome. Love this. Perfectionism often ties our sense of self-worth to the outcome of our actions, how well we perform, how others perceive us. If they perceive us well and we did really good, then we feel good about ourselves. But if we don't, let us make one small mistake and, right? Shift the focus to the journey instead of the destination. I'm on the path. I'm heading there. I'll get there. A few bumps and scrapes, but it's an opportunity to grow. Yes, Candida says effort, yes. Focus on the effort, not on the outcome. Did I do my best? Did I put my all into that thing? Then it doesn't matter what other people say or perceive. It doesn't matter. I feel good about what I did. Okay. And if I tripped and fell a few times, it's the journey. I, it's the long haul, the long uh, view, the long-term view. Okay. And that applies to our children that come to us. They may be great in math, but not very good with science, or great with science and do very poorly in social studies. Help them to embrace who they are. We can't be perfect and great at everything. That is unrealistic. My mom, I appreciate her for that. I was really good. I would get all hundreds on math, everything. Love. To this day, I still love math. And science, oh, it was not my forte. I just don't, I'm not I just don't, it's not one of my faves. So I'd get hundreds in math, hundreds in Spanish, other things, English, love to write an essay. I love reading. But science, if I got a 65, which was passing, I was good. And why was I good? Because when I would come home, Ma, I only got a 65. She said, is that the best you could do? Then that's all we want around here. And she'd give me a big hug. What I appreciate that so much. So work on that with your children and your grandchildren. That it's not the outcome, it's their effort. Do the best that you can with what you have. That's all we ask. That's reasonable. Okay. Number six, allow yourself to be vulnerable. Here we go again. You'll notice a lot of times I repeat things because some people come in on the end and then they don't get to go back until later. So we're going to talk about vulnerability again because perfection thrives on the need to hide flaws or weaknesses. But vulnerability is often what makes us feel most connected to others. Being vulnerable doesn't mean showing everything all at once. That's very important to repeat. But it does mean being open about your true feelings and allowing yourself to be seen as imperfect. Oh, what? I called the wrong number, girl. Oh my goodness. I put your number in the wrong contact, whatever the thing. It's not a big deal. You're human. You make mistakes. It's growth. It's okay. Okay. So letting go of perfection means being vulnerable, and it's a powerful way to let go of I got to do everything perfectly, just right, just so. And it invites others to appreciate you for who you really are. Isn't that beautiful? And that's where the freedom comes. Because if wherever I go, I'm who I am. I don't have to pretend. I don't have to put up false pretenses. Oh, and then I can just connect with people. I can just be. And they see me authentic, they feel like they could be vulnerable at their authentic selves. And while that bond is beautiful, it doesn't happen with everyone, even when we're being our authentic selves, because not everyone will like us. That's okay. That's okay. But the important thing is that you like you and I like me. That's really at the end of the day. Do you like you? And that's where that self-acceptance, self-love comes in, because boy, does it make a difference. Number 7, this is cute. And I'll tell you why. Give yourself permission to rest. So why do I think it's cute? Because I help the exhausted woman. And I have my clients who are dealing with burnout. And we talk about, even in the class, we talk about taking a fast from doing for others, running around, feeling like we have to build everybody up and we're not even building ourselves up, right? So I ask people to fast 7 days, 2 weeks, a month sometimes. Don't do for anyone else. Just focus on yourself. Get rest. And they're like this. I was with a client last night and she's like, but I just feel so unproductive. Rest is doing something. What are you doing? I'm resting. That's resting. It's a verb, it's an activity. But it's like, but I need to be doing something, and mainly for someone else. But resting and taking breaks are essential to maintaining our well being. Burnout is horrible. Constantly pushing ourselves from the perfectionism and push, push, push. And then we get burned out and we can't do more, even though we want to do more. And oh, it's so frustrating. But our body just says, nope, I'm not doing it. And what you gonna do? We can't we can't do it anymore. The body says, okay, as they were saying, hasta aquí llegamos. This is it. I'm not moving because you're just pushing me and it's too much. So we get burnout, right? So giving yourself, here's the word, permission to relax without feeling guilty is a great way to free yourself from the cycle of perfectionism. You deserve it. You deserve to rest. Rest is a practice. Rest is a blessing. Andrea, hey, yup, our bodies will make us rest. I'm not moving. It gets sick and tired, or we get sick. There are people who they go, 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 they push, push, and then they have this, virus for 2 weeks. Everybody else gets it for a week, they get it for 2 weeks. It's to it, the flu. It's on a level that's higher than everybody else because the body says no, stop. Oh, I gotta get sick to get your attention. All right, let's get sick. Now you can't go. Now you can't move. Yes, Tiff, resting is a verb. We need rest. There are plenty of women. Oh no, I can't sleep during the day. Well, just rest. To me, taking a nap, especially for the woman in the 40s and 50s and up, is the most delightful thing in the middle of a day. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, so it doesn't interrupt with the night. But ooh, I wake up so refreshed. It's the best gift ever that I could give myself. Then I'm ready to keep going. There are countries that's how they function with the siesta. Everybody eats, everything closes down, and everybody takes a little nap or just relaxes, right? So please rest. That goes against perfectionism because perfectionism, no, we got to do more. We got to achieve more, 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 more. No, rest. As a coach, that was the best advice I got when I was starting. A very lovely coach that I adored stopped coaching. And she said, Karen, because I got burnt out. So I went to her for advice. And she said, the best thing you could do for yourself, don't push yourself too much. And coaching is taking care of others. She said, make sure you take time for yourself. So imagine if Coach Karen didn't take her naps, if Coach Karen didn't disconnect, if Coach Karen didn't take her vacations and just downtime and go to a movies with my husband, just rest, read a book. I could take on more clients. I could do more. I could do more videos. I could have a video out. I could be on Instagram live every day. I could throw out Instagram messages and reels every day. What? But you probably wouldn't see me after 3 months of that. Be like, where's Karen? Karen, you don't do the YouTube lives anymore. I can't. Karen, can I make an appointment with you? I don't do that anymore. The woman stopped. She couldn't she couldn't handle it because she did way too much. And she told me, Karen, the best advice I could give you is take care of yourself. And that's my message. Prioritize you, right? For the exhausted woman. Let go of that perfectionism. It does not mean abandoning your standards or stop striving for excellence. I strive for excellence. I strive to do my best, but my excellence is doing my best. Excellence, not perfectionism. But when I do a job, I do a job right. When I say I'm coming on live Wednesday at 8 p.m., I show up, right? It's not like, I'm going to take a nap. No, no. When I make an appointment with a client, I show up, I'm there, right? So letting go of perfectionism doesn't mean that we become slouches and we don't do good work. No, no. I aim to please. We aim to do a good job. It just means accept that your imperfections and the journey are part of being human. We're part of the human club, right? And when we start practicing self-acceptance, embrace the beauty of our imperfections, you'll find the pressure to be perfect just melt away, start to melt away. Because for people that have had that ingrained in them, very challenging to dismantle, but it's piece by piece, piece by piece. Over time, as the Liberians say, small, small, baby steps, we start dismantling it, and you'll notice that you'll feel freer, more confident in your authentic self. You are beautiful. Oh my God, you have to know that. And you have to accept it. And you have to look at yourself in the mirror and say that. So tell me in the chats, how do you feel about taking small steps towards loosening the grip of perfectionism in your life? If you're watching this recorded, feel free to comment below. Let me look in the comments. Resting and not feeling guilty about it. Yes, Luz. Candida says, wow, great emotional encouragement, Coach Karen. Rest. Yes, it's very important. Andrea gave me a big heart. I appreciate that. Candida says balance. Andrea, yes, even with work, we need to learn when to say no. Yes, especially, we may have a demanding boss, very, if it's 5 o'clock and it's time for me to go, it's time for you. This will have to wait till tomorrow, because I wasn't slouching. I wasn't hiding in the bathroom. I wasn't on my phone chit-chatting with friends all day. I was working, and now it's time for me to stop. Very good, Andrea. Oh, me best says, please take care of yourself, Karen. We need you. You see? So by me prioritizing myself, I can continually be there for you guys. I hope to be in this in the long haul. I love what I do. This is my passion project. I think y'all can feel it. I love it, but I have to be balanced. And y'all are happy. Look at that. I do my best. I don't over push myself, but you guys are happy with what I give you. Isn't that beautiful? Because I attract the right type of people. You're vitamin people. You're wonderful. You're not like, Karen, you haven't put out a reel on Instagram in a long time. You appreciate what I do give. Someone said, oh, that's so nice. Even though you're doing the class, she texted me yesterday, you're doing the class on Mondays. So the last time I taught, and it depends on what's going on in my life. The last time I did the NLP class was December, January. For those 4 or 5 weeks, I didn't do lives. But this time, and I don't know if I'm going to do a live next week, but this week I was like, yeah, I've lowered my, I like to be out and about. I like to live. And I live in one of the greatest cities in the world, New York City. So I like to do stuff, explore. I'm all over the place. But I realized when I'm teaching my class, Karen, bring that down. Not a lot of social commitments at all. 1 or 2 for the month, because I have to focus on the class. And because I've done that, I feel more rested. Okay, I think I could do a live, because I knew this authenticity thing was really important to you all. I was like, let's at least get this one in. The next few weeks, I don't know if I'm going to do one, but I might. But you're here. You're happy when I do it. And then, of course, once the class is over, I'll go back to my every Monday. At me best. Okay, and Tiffany, scary, but need to let that perfectionism go. Focus on my effort, not the outcome. And your effort is so good. It's 100%. And parents realize your children are watching. Your children are watching. What you do, they will do. And if you're expecting perfectionism from yourself, Somehow you're expecting it from them too, and they feel that pressure. No one likes that. You may even compare them to others. Ooh, no one likes that. Please, if you're doing it, stop. And if you've done it, apologize to the child. No one likes to be compared at all. That does not motivate people. People use it as a tactic. Why can't you be good at math like your cousin? No, 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 no. That does not, that just brings the child, especially a child. No, don't, please don't. Accept your child for their imperfections, mold them, help them to grow, help them to be good people, honest, loving, compassionate, respectful, hardworking, but let them know that perfectionism is not on the list of what you require from them because it's unrealistic. So the more reasonable you are with yourself, the more reasonable you'll be with those around you, including your spouse, your children, and you're passing on that inheritance to them. Baby, just do, is this your best? Then I love you for it. That's all. Very nice. Marion, NLP 30-day class helped me take better care of myself. Go on, girl. I love it. But more work is needed for us. Okay. We always have something we could work on, something to get better. Andrea, I feel taking care of myself, but the nap doesn't work well for me. So I'm working on going to bed earlier so I can get enough rest. There you go. Or Andrea, it could be taking 20 minutes of your lunch break and just sitting still without the phone, without the TV, without the distractions, and just sit still, do your diaphragmatic breathing, write in your gratitude journal, or think of 3 things that you're grateful for, right? Just to disconnect momentarily. Give your brain a break because we go, go, go. Oh my goodness, we go, go, go. And this needs rest. We're not machines. Even look at the everybody's the electronic cars, and everywhere you go they have what? They have the charging station for those cars. Those cars don't run on gas, but they're electric. They need to be charged. You don't charge that car, it's not going to move, right? So we want to move through life free, being our authentic selves. If we haven't been, it may feel very scary. The world tries to put us into certain molds. Break that mold. Break the door down. Break it all apart. Dismantle it. It's not realistic. It's not healthy. But over time, the more you embrace your true self, your unique beauty, you'll feel more empowered. You'll feel free to live the life that's most meaningful to you. Their children that grow up and their parent wants them to pursue a particular career, they don't like it, but all right, they do it. They graduate, they hand that degree over to the parent. Okay, that was to please you, to have a BA in a business. Great. Now I'm gonna go be a musician. I'm gonna go be an artist. I'm gonna be a writer, whatever the thing, or a dancer, because they're a creative person. Be your authentic self, and you will find that your relationships are more meaningful, deeper. You'll treasure them. People will treasure you more, value you more. You'll see your value in the eyes of the people that you make these deep connections with. It makes life sweeter. It's such a beautiful thing. Candida says, learning to speak up instead of keeping it inside. That's very important. That's a whole other topic, Candida, about assertive communication. Assertive communication, very important. But to get to that, we have to know what's important to us. We have to know, who am I? Who am I at the core? What is important to me? So that then you can communicate that to others and set realistic boundaries. Isn't it? It's all linked. And the more love and care you have for yourself and appreciation for you, the more you stand up for yourself and you say, this is not acceptable. Or nope, I can't make it at 7, but I could be there at 8. Or, oh no, that doesn't fit into my schedule this week, maybe next week. We have no problem saying no because we realize we have limitations. We need our rest. Remember, rest is a verb. You have those 20 minutes cut out and somebody has an emergency. They can call someone else, because if you don't carve out that 20 minutes for yourself during the day, there won't be any other time. And now you're heading towards burnout and exhaustion, and you're snapping at people around you. That person that you help, they don't know that it was at a cost to you. There are billions of people on this earth. Someone else can help that person in need while you take your 20-minute break. Unless there's some extreme emergency, right? But typically, it's no one is bleeding. There's no emergency. Someone else can help them. Okay, let's look out for ourselves. Let's prioritize ourselves, love ourselves. It all takes so much time, but boy, is it worth it. All right. This was amazing. I love you guys so much. I appreciate your support. I'm glad that you keep coming back for more. So I may or may not see you next week. If I do, great. If not, hold on. There'll be, lives coming up as we continue with the course, finish the course. All right. Does anybody have any questions for me? Again, if you're not in the WhatsApp chat, please join so that you can be the first to know certain things. I encourage you as well to join the membership, so that you can be in on all the goodies that we have for members. Every month I'm gonna start doing a seminar. I don't remember the topic of this seminar that Vimes has set, but I'm going to do it. They're going to do it in Spanish. I'm going to do it in English. It will only be available for members. So think about that. It's the cost of what you would pay to go through the drive-through at McDonald's. But boy, is it worth it, because this is going to build you up, and it's something to look forward to each month. You get special privileges. There'll be things you're privy to. You get discounts on future courses as well. So I encourage you to join and be a member. Debbie says, thank you. Awesome information. So glad you enjoyed it. It's always prepared with love. And I think about you all and the different experiences I have. I learn from you, and then I'm able to help others. So you guys stay beautiful, stay connected to yourselves, get to know yourselves, prioritize yourselves, get your rest. And we'll be seeing you soon. All right. Roxy says, thanks, Coach K. Great stuff. Thank you. Gracias, says Dr. Jesso. Marion says, thanks for inviting me maybe another time. Yes. Love you all. Big hugs. Be well. Wow. Prioritize you and be your authentic self. All right. Take care. See you guys soon. Bye. I'm trying to shut my audio. Have you ever wondered why some people express their ideas clearly, connect deeply with others, and feel confident when they speak, while others struggle with fear, insecurity, or misunderstandings? The difference is their communication skills. And the best part, you can master them too with the right tools. Introducing Assertive Communication with NLP, a 30-day program designed to completely transform the way you speak to yourself and to others. Through 30 practical challenges, live classes, real-time therapy sessions, and expert guidance, you will break through the mental blocks that prevent you from speaking with confidence, improve your inner dialogue, and reprogram your mindset for success. Apply neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP, techniques to communicate effectively in any situation. Learn to set boundaries without fear of rejection or guilt. Develop persuasive and influential communication skills for personal and professional success. Master the art of active listening to build deeper connections. Overcome the fear of public speaking and express yourself with ease. Gain emotional intelligence to handle difficult conversations with confidence and calm. NLP empowers you to reprogram your mind for clear, persuasive, and impactful communication. Because when you change how you talk to yourself, you also change how you speak to others and the world. And the best part, the time to start is now. Today is the day to take action, transform your inner voice, and unlock your full potential. Sign up now and take the first step toward assertive and powerful communication. Your transformation starts today. Are you ready?